G'day guys and girls, we're back on CX500 fuel tank. So, last video we left off, I'd got the top half shaped up and now we're about to weld them all together. So I'm going to take it off the bike. Damn, it's looking good. I love it when a vision in your head actually comes out. So, we're going to get it over on the welding bench and we're going to start tack welding this thing together. So, got the tank. So it's mainly cut ready to go to weld. We're going to tack weld it all the way along both sides before we do the actual full weld. So as you can see, I've got these tabs on the inside here which I've cut out just for the clecos. So they'd hold it together while I work along and get these in the right spot. So I already need a little bit of trimming on the corner here. So I'm just going to file that off so I can get a weld on it. So we got that perfect. All right, let's get the first tack. Where are we? Number one. Absolutely beautiful. All right, let's get another one. You can see how this takes time. I've got to do that the whole way along, both sides. So I'm not going to make you watch all of that, but at least you'll get the idea. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a few tips from Mike Wagner at Cornfield Customs. He said when adjusting this to to use a small reciprocating saw on an angle. So I'll give that a go in a minute. But I'll get a hammer and dolly and I'll do some work on pushing it up first. Okay, let's see if this works. So I got the recipo and I'm just going to stick it in, and he said cut on an angle. So this is a classic example of sometimes less is more. I turn the heat right down here, and you can see the heat circle is bigger. Then I turn the heat right back up each pass, and you can see the heat ring got smaller and smaller because I was spending less time in the spot because it took less time to melt the metal. So yes, sometimes less is more. But yeah, I've got it dialed in now, so I'll work the rest of the way along. But I think I'm going to knock off right now and come back out probably Monday night, because it's getting hot and I'm starting to get a headache because it's too hot. And tonight, going roll racing. I'm actually in a car tonight, not driving, passenger. My mate's decided he wants to race his R35 GTR out there, so whew, it's going to be fun. There you go. That'll give you some idea on how hot it is out here at the moment. iPhone decided to stop working, even though it wasn't doing anything. Okay, I'm back. It's Monday. Had a great weekend with the roll racing. Yeah, that was fun. I've got the bug now, even though I can't afford to. Yeah, I'd love to go do it one day. You need some horsepower to do it though, otherwise it's just no point. Yeah, and I had All Japan Day with my 240Z out on the oval at Glenelg, and it got such a good reception from the crowd. Had so many people come up and tell me it was their favourite car, and had business cards on the windscreen under the wiper, and I think about 6 business cards got taken. So hopefully I'll get some business out of that. I'm still tack welding all along here. What I'm doing is, because it's starting to close up as I go along, I'm doing a tack weld, and then I'm flipping it over, and then I'm plenishing out that tack weld, because that'll stretch that area and it'll open the tin back up again. So I've just done a tack weld, so got my door skin hammer, because it's got the pointer. Well, it's not a point. It's got a more what's the word for it? The area is smaller where I'm hitting the tack weld, so it's going to spread it out easier. So now we've got a flat, even surface to weld again. I might even hit that with the dolly from this side as well, just to even that one out just a wee bit more. It's with my other plenishing hammer. Beautiful. It's made a bit of a high spot there, but that's going to shrink down when I hit it with the heat from the welder. So that's perfectly fine. Let's put another tack there. So I've put part 1 to this video up. If you want to go see that, then when you finish watching this, or even before you finish watching this video, go watch that first. It's not getting very good reception. It's got very few views compared to all my other videos, so perhaps people don't like motorbike content. I don't know. Different crowd, I guess. Anyway, I've got to finish it now. I've started, so sorry guys, bear with me. I'll get back on the cars when this is done. Okay. Anyway, I've done another tack, so same thing, flip it over. Sometimes I can get a couple of tacks in a row, sometimes I can't, but it's a slow process. Perfect. All right, I'm going to keep on doing that, and I'll get to the end. I'll do both sides, then I'll come back to you when we're about to weld the whole lot. Okay? Here we go, guys, and it's, well, the top half's done. I'm really happy with how smooth it's come out. Like, I got all of the warping out from welding it back together just by running it back through the English wheel. So I'm thinking a few good coats of high fill primer is going to get the job done on this. I don't think it's going to need any body filler. I've still got to find a decent gas cap. I'm hoping I can find one of the ones you can push down and they pop up and then you screw them out. That's what I'd like to put in it to keep it nice and flush. If not, I'll get a nice period correct style cap for it, a screw-on cap, but now I've got to make the underside. So I've got a method in my mind on how that's going to work. I'm going to move the coils back up under the seat so that I can get as much volume in this tank as possible. Because when you sit it beside the original, it's quite a bit smaller. I'm going to lose a couple of litres, I think. So, yeah. Anyhow, the original tank has quite a large tunnel. That's one thing. So that's why I want to make the tunnel as small as possible, hug it into the frame as much as I can. So coils are going to be moved under the seat. Seat's bolted down. I've got to make a pan under here and a pan under the back. The battery's going to sit in here. And yeah, I'll put the coils sitting about here, I think, if I can. I'll work that out later. So as soon as the bottom part's made, I'll be, bottom part of the tank, I mean, I'll be starting to pull this thing apart and prepping it up, ready to paint. The motor's not running properly at the moment. Its stator is completely stuffed, and I'm going to get a Hall effect thing in there instead, because I've already got CDI ignition on it. So yes, that's what I'm going to do. So we're nearly there. We're nearly at that stage. I'll get out of here tonight after my paid job, and I'll get stuck into making the bottom side of this tank. So anyway, we're going to sign this video off here. We're going to start a new video for making the underside of the tank, just so these videos don't get too long. So we'll get back into that tonight, as I said, but for now, I'm signing out. So you know the drill, like and subscribe, all that sort of stuff. That'll mean the world to me, and I'll catch you when I'm looking at you. See you next time, guys.